At the very outset of this video presentation, I want to announce that today's assignment is based on a poem which is entitled Dust of Snow, and the name of the poet is Robert Frost. To be precise, the topic to be covered in this video presentation is long answer type questions and their answers from the poem entitled Dust of Snow. My dear students, I welcome you all to my educational channel. The name of my educational channel is Priyankar Dotto. Here you will find video presentations on English language and literature of school level, college level, as well as of competitive examinations. Now we shall look at the long answer type questions and their answers from this poem. The first long answer type question from this poem is: how would you justify the title of Robert Frost's Dust of Snow? The answer of the question is: the title of Robert Frost's poem refers to a natural phenomenon, dust of snow. The reader wants to know what the poem tells about it. The poem tells that on a winter day, dust of snow settles on a hemlock tree under which the poet is standing. It also tells that a crow sits on the tree and it makes the dust of snow fall on him. It records that the said event makes the poet look upwards and makes him shift his focus from inward to outward. Finally, it mentions that this shift helps the poet to get over his feeling of depression. This interconnection between the title and the content of the poem justifies the form. Now we shall move to the next long answer type question from this poem. The question is: attempt a substance of Robert Frost's Dust of Snow. The answer of the question is: on a winter day, flakes of snow fell from the sky and settled on a hemlock tree. The poet was standing under this tree. All of a sudden, a crow came and sat on the tree. As a result, the branches of the tree swayed, and so a part of the deposited flakes of snow fell downwards and settled on the poet. He was in a depressed state of mind. However, the event startled him, so he looked upwards, and in the process his focus changed from his inner self to the outer world. Most importantly, he got out of his feeling of depression. He had looked upon the day as useless, but the incident changed his reaction. Now we shall move to the next long answer type questions from this poem. The question is: what is the theme of Robert Frost's Dust of Snow? The answer of the question is: Robert Frost's Dust of Snow is about the falling of the flakes of snow on the poet and its impact on him. On a winter day, flakes of snow settle on a hemlock tree under which the poet is standing. A crow sits on this tree, and so the flakes of snow fall down and settle on the poet. The poet has hitherto been in a depressed state of mind. However, the event shifts his focus from his inner world to the world outside. In the process, he gets over his feeling of depression. According to him, the day has been nothing but a waste of time. However, the change of mood changes his reaction to the day. Now we shall look at the next long answer type question from this poem. The question is: what is the central idea of Robert Frost's Dust of Snow? The answer is: nature is a dynamic entity. The wintry day with snowfall may lead one to think that nature is static. However, inside nature some kind of work goes on continually. For example, the falling of the flakes of snow from the sky is the first activity. The depositing of these flakes on the branches and leaves of the hemlock tree is the second activity. The act of sitting of the crow on this tree is the third activity. The falling of the dust of snow from the treetop to the poet is the final activity. If one discovers this latent dynamism of nature, it will be exploring the real character of nature, so to say. Now we shall look at the next long answer type question from this poem. The question is, comment on the use of imagery in Robert Frost's Dust of Snow. The answer of the question is, Robert Frost's Dust of Snow is replete with images. The key image is of the dust of snow. It has association with a winter day. The next important image is of the hemlock tree, on which the dust of snow has its initial abode. The poet standing under it gives it a special meaning. This tree, usually looked upon as having an ominous association, here it has a special implication. Last but not the least is the image of the crow that usually has a negative meaning. However, in the poem, the bird carries a positive note as it imparts dynamism to the static character of nature and also helps the poet to get rid of his feeling of depression. Now we shall move to the next long answer type question from this poem. Reproduce after Robert Frost his experience in a winter day. There will be no interrogative sign before after the question. So I have rectified the mistake. The answer is, Robert Frost's Dust of Snow describes the poet's experience in a winter day. Dust of snow fell from the sky on a hemlock tree under which the poet was standing. All of a sudden a crow came and perched on the branches of this tree. As a result, this dust of snow fell down on the poet. Naturally, he became startled and looked upwards to find out the reason behind it. He was hitherto in a depressed frame of mind, but this activity shifted his focus to the world around him. Thus, he came out of his feeling of depression. Not only that, this incident imparted a special dimension to his perception of the day. This is all I have to say about the long answer type questions and their answers so far as the poem entitled Dust of Snow is concerned. Now, before I move to the valedictory part of this video presentation, I want to announce that in the description part of this video presentation, you will find a link. By clicking on the link, you will go to my blog or website where you will be able to view materials related to this video presentation. That is, in my blog or website, you will find long answer type questions and their answers from the poem Dust of Snow. Now, before I conclude, I request you to subscribe my channel, to share my video presentations, to put forward your comment and also your queries. Thank you. See you again in my next video presentation. Thank you.